quick video. One second. Let's see what he says.
Word on the streets, and we don't have all the information yet, but if you go to Wack's Instagram, you can pick up on some of this. Wack is claiming that he has open and shut evidence that Luce Cannon is a snitch that is going to be revealed, I guess, Thursday on the Adam and Wack show. And listen, I've heard...
I thought Lush got fired. What the fuck? I didn't know Lush was still fucking on there. That's crazy.
Wack say that he had paperwork on people before where it sounded like the paperwork wasn't exactly like a clincher. He feels extremely strongly that Luce Cannon is going to be exposed as a tattletale.
I think he's exposing himself based on how he lined it up with the court date. You know
Wack?
Huh?
Wack?
No.
What do you think of Luce?
The Luce Cannon thing, because they pushed the court date to May next year, and all 7 people that's directly on that indictment, not bringing it, but them 7, he not on there. You're not going to court with the people you're supposed to go to court with. Like a bail hearing or something, you'll go by yourself, something like that. If you trying to do your lawyer put something in or something, I forget what that shit called. You probably go by yourself.
A motion.
But the court dates, it's supposed to be all 7 of y'all. Them 2 girls, Sylvester or whatever the fuck, Eric, it's supposed to be all 7 of them. He the only one without a court date.
Damn. I didn't even think about that.
So does that mean nobody else is cooperating?
No, that ain't what that mean. That ain't what that mean, but...
Then why would they all be together and he the only one separate?
And isn't Luce not really involved with the main big judges?
No. See, they go indictment, all these different, what you call this, up under it, hey, I'm getting the fucking brain fart. But whatever, Rick Baby not involved with this shit. Rick Baby is on his own little shit with the...
Yeah, it's got nothing,
Rick shit's separate.
Nothing to do with it.
Yeah, but...
He's not a part of
Luce
that
didn't have
indictment.
nothing to do with the body or anything.
But no.
But he's still part of the
He a part of the girl, the Trap Money, the Tiffany Hines girl, the Bear Claw dude, Sylvester. All 7 of them is on the same thing. They're supposed to go to court together. Luce fell off the radar. He's not going. Like, he don't have a court date. Something's up with this dude. He's never going to be next to Big U because he's going to be a keepaway. They put him there. Like, I told you 4 weeks ago, he go tell. I even put it on my hood and my daughter. Remember?
You did say that.
Even just looking at the way Luce interacts on this platform, you can tell he has loose lips. He's one of those guys who volunteers a lot of information willingly. So imagine if he's pressed. Imagine if they like, we could work something out for you. Like, bro, already kind of old, so he ain't trying to do no numbers. And if he feels like those dudes are washed up, like they're goners anyway, he probably like, look, the information I'm giving you, or not, the information I'm giving them, or I'm slowing down my speed.
He got
the information I'm giving them or not giving them probably isn't going to make or break this case. So I'm going to just go ahead and tell. And honestly, let's be real. If they were just being real about the situation, if you know you did it, if you know it's not a good chance that you're going to beat it, I don't see why they would even have any animosity towards Luce. Like,
huh? That ain't giving you a go green light to snitch on me.
No, not snitch, but like...
No, not the green light.
At this point, what would be the point of keeping him down?
What Brandon's saying is, in his head, that's what would justify him.
Like, what's the point?
What's the point of not telling?
What's the point of even having animosity towards him for telling if he is telling? Y'all know what y'all did? There's a bunch of other shit that ain't got nothing to do with
But
this.
if you're a gang member, it is a default rule. You're not allowed to tell. You're not allowed to tell on your worst enemy. You're not allowed to tell on the guy that shot you, etc.
It's a testament to your lack of moral code.
No, but he feels that they betrayed him. Luce got up here talking about how they would do this and do that, and you would have us doing this, and he ultimately feels like, fuck them.
And to be fair, to me that does sound kind of insane when you put it like that, because me personally, if somebody like mega betrayed me, I don't think I would have too much of a moral qualm with talking to the cops about it. But I'm not a gang member. And like when you become a gang member, you're basically swearing to take this code in which you're not going to tell on anyone, no matter what.
That is the Tekashi 6ix9ine defense.
Tekashi since he fucked my baby, my mom.
I think
they was extorting that dude.
Oh shit!
Listen,
Donnie, can we hit the later?
Hey, Tekashi was like, bro, they was, you know they already extorting him, and then on top of that, they disrespect him by fucking his baby mama. At that point, fuck them. Like,
I think that was
one of the things I hate within my own community is like, you're supposed to let me fuck you over and still ascribe to this street code. No, if it's fuck me, it's fuck you. And I really think that's what Luce is saying.
If it's fuck you, it's fuck. If it's fuck me, it's fuck you. But you're not allowed to use the law as a vehicle by which to cause damage.
He's a grown man. He can do whatever he wants to. I bet you Big U would tell on his ass if he thought that'd get him out of jail.
Yeah, I
Bro,
guaranteed
know
Big U would
OGs
tell
who
on
will
him.
tell you, yeah, I told on them niggas what they gonna do about it. I ain't doing all this time. The dudes who were the head of the mafia, they snitched on their soldiers, on their hitmen and all that stuff. Bro, there's no honor amongst thieves. There's no honor amongst criminals.
But there is
If you
some
believe that,
honor
you're
amongst
silly.
some thieves.
Who? Name them.
Well, I don't really know, but there's definitely
I know,
people
they
sitting
ain't
in
no
jail who are doing 50 years because they wouldn't tell, right?
I'm not telling on nobody, bro.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I
that's-
believe
That's
it.
unspoken.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And guess what? I respect that. But when people are looking at freaking 50, 60, 70 years, don't nobody know what they might do.
I think somebody like Butchie would way rather sit in jail for the rest of his life than actually be.
I just wouldn't go. I'm not doing nothing if I can't handle the consequence. I know how to say no, nigga, or I'm about to go to the house.
But you'd rather sit in jail for 50 years than tell and spend 50 years on the outside. Because you would be rejected by your community. You would have to probably move to goddamn Vegas or Nebraska or
Vegas
some
ain't
shit,
far
right?
enough.
Huh?
That's
Vegas
not
ain't
far
far
enough.
enough.
Vegas ain't far enough. Inglewood travels, yeah. But I mean, we know a lot of people like that who basically told and then they moved to some random place and
Right.
they still are living their life. And I'm sure that they're probably content being, sitting on a porch somewhere enjoying life, drinking a Mike's Hard Lemonade. But, a lot of people would probably, if you really believe in that gangster shit.
If you play the part, and then when it go bad, then you go tell, that's weak. You know what I'm saying?
This is the difference between Brick and Luce. Brick has strong ties to his community. He'd been there his entire life. He definitely not going. There's no circumstance where Brick will cooperate or tell. I would be very surprised if he did, based on that, because his whole life hinges upon his gangsterism.
Bro, it's snitches and man, fuck all that. It's snitches in every hood that's walking around
That's not my
untouched.
point.
Wait, I'm making a point to counter your point. It's snitches walking around in every hood untouched with immunity because of who their family is.
This Brandon guy
who they
thinks
fuck
he's the
with,
man,
what
hey?
they do.
Holy
This is
fuck.
the bigger question. When do the OG actually start meaning OG where you say, you know what, youngster, I fucked up, I let us down this path, I'ma just take responsibility for everything and y'all just go ahead and live your life.
You
and
mean
take
the
care
main
of
guy that's on the indictment?
That's what I'm saying. And this is what I'm telling you. You a big dog, you the OG, you the all this. Bro, why you didn't have a contingency plan for this? The thing that pissed me off the most about Big U, and I don't care if y'all whatever, bro, you touched M's and they didn't get you initially. You should have been in Mexico somewhere. You should have been in freaking Costa Rica somewhere. You telling me you the big dog and you can't get out the country?
It's true, man. He is right about that. Let's see what this. Oh yeah, the game.
I wanted to talk about this. The game has apparently lost his house as a result of his sexual assault case. I'm going to actually read
Hi, how's it going, son?
this, but for those who don't know, I mean,
I couldn't read your
the
name
game has
properly.
officially
Sorry.
lost his Calabasas home, and I already know that when I asked Wack about this, if I remember, that Wack's going to basically do a whole sing dance where he says it's not true, and this is all part of a
Grayson Go 23. What's up? How you doing, man?
to basically get around and have to pay out the judgment. But according to All Hip Hop, a judge has ordered its sale to help cover a 7.1
Thanks for stopping by.
judgment owed to Priscilla Rainey.
Look at Adam 22's shirt, man. Unbelievable, eh?
Allegation of sexual assault. It stemmed from the filming of a VH1 reality show called She's Got Game. Despite Game's
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man.
allegations, he failed to show
Hope
up
you're
to
doing
court
well,
for
too.
trial, and thus Rainey was awarded a default judgment. So yeah, I don't know like who advised.
We got Brandon, the new guy, and the Blind Blood, Munchie B, and the hippie Adam 16.
The game, telling him that he didn't have to show up for court, because realistically, if
Oh,
he had
you're
taken
sick?
us
Sorry to
court,
hear that.
he could have probably settled for I don't know, like $100,000, a couple $100,000, something like that. Yeah, or like definitely not.
Hey,
I think
Spence.
that
I
the
think it's
judgment against
Spencernet.
the
I
game,
can't read your name.
Rainey has
Sorry.
been trying to get Game to give up the home for quite some time. Back in 2024, she calculated the house should be worth $3.2 million. In another filing obtained by All Hip Hop,
Yeah, my name's Sean. Nice to meet you.
Wrote that there is no current homeowners exception or disabled veterans exception for the dwelling. She continued, record title to the dwelling is held in the names of Cash M. Jones, aka Wack 100, a married man, as his sole and separate property, subject
How's
to
everybody doing out there tonight?
permanent injunction obtained by the judgment creditor, claiming the title to be held by JTT Holdings as an alter ego of judgment debtor. I am informed, and I believe that the dwelling is not a homestead.
Hope everybody's enjoying the program and shit like that.
Basically,
Look at Lush. Look how fucked up Lush is, eh?
The game vehemently
No, I don't.
in a statement on Instagram saying,
Sorry, bro.
Don't be fooled by these accusations or the dollar amount in the
I need to start learning how to play 2K though.
This broad ain't getting. He wrote in 2016. Every girl on the show will tell you I never touched this chick or ever desired to be anywhere near her. She got kicked off the show, and as a result, she filed this lame lawsuit, which was probably her intentions before the show was even started.
No Roblox.
Following the default judgment, game attempted to get a new
Sorry.
title, but was unsuccessful. As for the $7 million, $1 million was in compensatory damages, and another $6 million was in punitive damages. Now, honestly, this.
Yeah, I know it sucks. I need to get my shit together and start playing more video games.
It's not a thing. You just don't respond to it. You get a judgment. You just don't pay it. It would appear that this is what happens, that they try to take your home from you, which should be obvious. Now, like, if you get sued, and
pretty much just GTA and Call of Duty.
Have any money, it probably is in your favor to just
Fortnite.
Hope that you don't get money in the first place, because that this is basically the exact same thing that happened to T-Rail. Is that he got sued by the guy who basically created all these images for Last Kings, and he just didn't show up, didn't do anything to deal with it. And
yeah, thanks.
Judgment of I think $2-3 million, and that's why T-Rail filed bankruptcy and basically can't own anything under his name, and that's also why he hasn't got married to his girl that he's been engaged with for 13 years. So
the blind blood munchie BA. I don't even believe this guy's blind.
I don't think it's really that wise. I think it's probably better to.
I think he's lying.
Head on, because it's just gonna follow you for
yeah, I play basketball.
The bankruptcy goes away or whatever.
No, wait, is that what it says? Basketball?
Hiding everything in Wack names. I guess so.
I guess there's some truth to it. Yeah, it seems like.
Yeah, I haven't played basketball in a while though. If that's what you asked.
Got cracked.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it goes from here. Are they just not going to be able to take the house because games?
I'm all right. I used to be better. I'm not as good as I used to be. That's for sure.
A pretty solid amount of money, I would think.
What about you? You play ball?
Touring, old money coming in from his classic hit records over the years and everything. I mean, sure, $7 million.
I'm just gonna go with Jordan. I like Jordan, obviously my favorite player, and
it just seems like, if he really was being a suit, and that's what's crazy about
him and Kobe.
Like a reality show.
Jordan and Kobe.
A reality show as somebody like Game, I would assume that you're thinking that you could make maybe $1 million.
What about you?
Off of this, something like that, something that's worth your time to do it, but it's not exactly making you,
Who's your favorite player, Sports Gauntlet?
Now, it would appear that if the end result of this, reality show is that you basically have your home.
Let me guess, you think LeBron's the GOAT, right?
$7 million default judgment. I mean, clearly this was not worth doing, the reality show,
You said a
right?
female name. So this a female attorney.
Oh, I appreciate that, you guys. Whoever subbed, thank you. Thank you.
Ain't no Busby case for sure.
That's what I forgot to say. Steph Curry, yeah, Steph Curry's definitely one of the best.
What should he do?
Shit, last year I had we had covered something that was looking into Wack finances because they felt he was hiding it.
Appreciate you guys both subbing. Thank you.
So I guess they concluded it and came up with this. Now they on their house, but he should have.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, I'll sub to your channel for sure.
I mean, you could fight it in court, because even the lawyer, yeah, that might cost you a lot of money. It might cost you a couple $100,000, but that's way better than getting your house taken from you and having, a $7 million default judgment. But the default judgment is from you just not going to court.
I'll do it after this.
I feel like once you get a default judgment, you can oftentimes get it overturned, right? Which I thought that was
Not
the plan.
necessarily.
Yeah, but it feels like, because I think Game tried to
Thank you guys for subbing, though. I appreciate that very
You're
much.
supposed to go to court. Sounds a little unlikely, but
I mean, in order to normally with the civil cases, it has to be signed for. It's a certified mail.
Well, I'll subscribe to you. You'll have 4 after this.
You get debunked.
Sports Gauntlet.
Sound like you've been sued before.
I've been doing this shit for a year, and I only have 153, well, 150,
When you don't show
157 now.
up, you're disrespecting the court. And that makes the judge kind of want to stick it to you.
It can be tough to get subscribers sometimes, to be honest with you.
Game was just being an egomaniac, basically.
Is that what I search Sports Gauntlet, or I can see my subs? Anyway, I'll find you after this when I'm done, and I'll sub to your channel.
I mean, like, that's how I've seen people lose.
I see the picture too. I'll recognize the picture.
Give the highest amount. That's how come when Alki David got sued, they was talking about $58 million, and they was talking about.
Where are you guys from?
He was getting defaulted damn near every time because he don't with the judicial system.
I'm from Vancouver, Canada.
You're not. It's actually a lot more difficult than people would think to get that overturned. But the thing is, what it was also difficult is the collection process. So unless you have just straight up assets like a home and things like that, good luck finding that.
As long as like.
Where in Canada are you from, Sports Gauntlet?
Litigated as it is, everyone just needs to have a contingency to get the hell out of America with a stash of cash in the event something like this happens. But he was arrogant. He went publicly and basically like talked trash about the lady.
Grand Chance? No, I've never heard of that actually before.
Weird society with that type of, where things are weaponized.
Is it in Alberta or BC or?
He's saying that he didn't even touch the girl at all, and from what I remember,
Ontario?
Like they're saying a sexual assault. Not 100% willing to get fingered in that moment or whatever, but we all see sexual assault. It sounds really bad.
Oh, nice. Yeah, cool.
I mean, it just seems like it probably would have been a much better idea long term for him to sort of face this head on. You are a big star. You have assets. You got this big ass house, etc. Why try to duck away from that? I feel like you got to face these problems head on.
Okay, I'm gonna sign off. I'll sub to your channel, Sports Gauntlet, and the other one too, Grave or whatever. I'll check it out after this when I'm done. I'll go sub to your guys' channels. Thanks, guys. Take care.